Donald Trump is attacking Barack Obama on two fronts, bizarrely declaring that he is one of the architects of the Epstein files and accusing him of treason on the so-called Russia hoax. And in this report, I'm going to obliterate his argument on the first front, and Ted Cruz, of all people, is going to call BS on the pathological lying Donald on the second front, and something I like to call
trending.
Trump is in full panic mode because his name is all over the Epstein files, and he and his surrogates are planting the seeds for the day that it is undeniable by claiming Obama, Biden, and others put his name in it in a theory that is so laughable, it is literally laughable. Have a look.
So let me get this straight. According to Trump, all the top Democrats got together and said, let's create some fake files that destroy Trump's political career. They don't ever use them. They let Trump get elected. Don't use them. Let Trump get elected again. Still don't use them. And then once he's the president, hope he releases the files without ever looking at them. Frankly.
Also laughable, but without a studio audience, is Republican leader Mike Johnson demonstrating that he has received the Trump order to give the lie some oxygen.
One of our concerns is, of course, that it was, held in the hands of the DOJ leaders under the last administration, the Biden-Harris administration. And we all know how crooked and corrupt so many of those top officials were, how they engaged in lawfare against President Trump. And he has a concern, and I do as well, that things could have been doctored in those records. So that's
What's interesting is Johnson stopped at Biden and could not stretch the Trump lie all the way to Obama. It's too preposterous for even him to stand behind. And coming up in a minute, I'll show you Ted Cruz ditching another Trump lie. But first, we have Pod Save America and Pete Buttigieg speaking to why lying remains Trump's trademark move to influence the gullible base.
The Wall Street Journal just reported that in May, Donald Trump was told by Attorney General Pam Bondi that his name is in the Epstein files. I can tell you.
Obviously.
Yes, obviously. So it turns out the cover-up was for exactly the reason you'd most expect. Trump is covering his own ass.
I hope the base understands. Not only did they not want you to know it was in the files, they lied to you.
To your face.
The Epstein thing is an issue he campaigned on. He made this big deal about, I'm going to come in and we're going to release these on day one. There was that event with Pam Bondi waving around the binders. Still don't know what the hell was in these binders. But they went so much further than just saying, like, oh, yeah, I'll do the right thing on that. The same way he's saying, like, I'm going to bring peace to the Middle East or whatever. Maybe even his supporters didn't actually believe him on that.
Yeah.
But on this, I think they believed him because he said he would.
He
and
created that paper trail for it.
Yeah, and that whole worldview is based on this idea that there are powerful people who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein, and he was going to fight them. But we all know for a fact that there were powerful people who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein, and he was one of them. This is not a controversial or complicated fact. It's
objective statement.
Yeah, it's not just footage of them like having their picture taken together someplace. It's footage of them like ogling women together, dancing and So you add all of that together, and I think, and then his response to the response has revealed how gullible he wants to think his own base is. And I think a lot of people look at that and say, wait a minute, this is not just like you insulting the libs, which some of his supporters thrilled to. It's his supporters saying, wait a minute, you're insulting me. And that's a whole different thing.
The second big lie that Trump is attaching Obama to is the narrative that he likes to call Russia about election interference. Trump is accusing Obama of treason, and of course, Democrats say that's ridiculous, but would a Fox commentator and Republican Senator Ted Cruz dare call it out for the BS it is? Have a listen.
A member of the press today asked if, because of the Supreme Court's decision, John Roberts' decision in the immunity case, could Obama it was basically implying that Obama has no vulnerability here in an investigation. Briefly describe why that's not accurate 100%.
Look, it is challenging what the Supreme Court has said in the immunity cases. Official decisions are protected by official immunity. So it's clear, for example, Barack Obama ordered a drone strike on Anwar al-Awlaki, an American citizen. He cannot be prosecuted for that because that was an official action. That's what the Supreme Court said. By the way, FDR could not be prosecuted for dropping atom bombs on Japan. Truman could not be prosecuted. There's a whole host of actions. Rather, Truman for dropping atom bombs, FDR for detaining Japanese citizens. Internment. The point is, official decisions of the president.
So was December 9th an official decision? That's a hard call.
Look, there would be an argument about it. I'll tell you.
He's not going to be prosecuted for treason. But that's not going to happen.
He's not going to be prosecuted in all likelihood for treason, but where the criminal liability will start is with members of the Obama administration who went under oath before Congress and lied, flat out lied. We know Jim Clapper has lied repeatedly, and that will be the beginning of the investigation.
With regards to Russian interference, everyone knows that this spaghetti being flung at the media wall at this moment in time is to distract from the Epstein files. And if you're unsure if Trump is bluffing, just remember how he riled up the base with lock her up, and never followed through. And if you're still unsure, just remember that Ted Cruz just called it BS. With regards to the Epstein cover-up, we are seeing it unfold before our very eyes. Trump knows his name is in those files, and he is building up to the day they are released or leaked. And his language always gives him away. He said that Pam Bondi can release whatever she thinks is credible, meaning whatever is released will be censored, or he will declare anything that implicates him as fake news. The walls are closing in around Donald Trump, who just may be history's greatest escape artist when it comes to political corruption. But in this case, he may not be able to outrun the corruption of his soul and the sins of his past, and it is oh so satisfying to see. I'm Dan. Thank you for watching. Please leave your thoughts below with a comment, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.
I hate Occupy Democrats.